Lady back with another video, and I'm bringing to you The Quad Season 2, Episode 2, The Interruption of Everything. Nani, hold on, let me get my notes. Oh, crap. Let me get my notes together. Okay, so Noni is outside of Caesar Diamond House playing her saxophone. She apparently is trying to win her spot back on the band. Apparently Caesar is not hearing it, not feeling her, and he gets into his car. And to add insult to injury, even though she is playing her butt off, he turns on the OJ's backstabbers. Shade. Moving right along, Eva is meeting with the leaders of the school, and I guess they're talking about she wants permission to go ahead to pay off Terrence's family so everyone can move on with their lives and we can get on to another day. The problem is once they pay this settlement, it's going to cause the a financial setback for the university, and it make and Eva was saying, well, if that's the case, we can go into the reserves. However, the board is not wanting to go into the reserves because if they have another financial bad hit, it can affect their accreditation. And what you don't want to do is to be at a university with no accreditation. Be a university with no accreditation, because it is going to be backlash. You're going to lose enrollment, and it's not going to be a good look. Eva is really not, emotionally there, and she runs out of the meeting. Meanwhile, Junior is decided to talk to Perryway and asking him, can he help him talk to Dr. Cardwell to get his grade changed. And Perryway is pretty much telling him that, you first come to school to get an education. You're not coming to school to play football. And that he pretty much should have thought about that in advance before he did what he did. So in other words, Perryway pretty much told him good luck, and we'll see good luck, and walked off. Madison and Sid is in class. Apparently, Madison is not feeling well. She ends up running into the front of the class, throwing up in the garbage can. However, her vomit hits and miss Dr. Caldwell, which is played by Jasmine Guy. It hit part of her shoe. Now, Dr. Caldwell earlier in the episode had prided herself on not having even the slight of a head cold within 15 years because she doesn't believe in touching utensils and things, and she pretty much uses a handkerchief and napkin to touch everything, and hand sanitizer is a life necessary for her. So Sydney did end up asking Madison, was she pregnant? And they go off from there. Eva's at the health center because I guess she wanted some questions about some things from a doctor. Well, she was looking for counsel, but ends up that the doctor told her that there is an outbreak of the neurovirus on campus, which is a type of stomach flu. And they would need to quarantine all the students that are affected. It is very contagious, and the students are getting sicker by the moment, because even coach came in there looking for a player who ended up skipping out on study hall, but he tended to have been sick too. So everybody's sick at this point. Eva sees Sydney at the health center because she was helping Madison out, and she told her to immediately get to her home because she don't want her getting sick because she got enough things on her brain and enough issues to worry about. Eva is having nightmares, and she's going to have these same nightmares throughout the episode. It's pretty much her walking to her car at night, and Terrence is pretty much chasing her and pretty much is asking her what the hell is the check. So it's like Terrence coming from the dead and pretty much hunting her because she feels like life won't change until we get this settlement paid. The health instructor is on camp. The health inspector is on campus, and he's talking to Eva, and he pretty much tell her that the freezers on campus are busted and disgusted. And what happened is they're not properly cooling the food to a certain temperature, which is causing for things like salmonella and other poison, salmonella and other potential poison and spoiling. He pretty much said that everything in that refrigerator is no good, and until they get it fixed, which is very healthy, it's end up being $100,000 that he has to shut them down. So pretty much, Eva was saying, "Oh, we don't have that type of money. Can we finagle this?" And it pretty much it's not a finagle. You pretty much got to shut everything down. So the kitchens are closed. The campus is a mess. The students are upset. People are constantly throwing up. There's sickness everywhere. Everybody pretty much seem to be sick besides like Sid and Tanisha. They seem like, and Sid, they seem like, and I want to say Junior, because he ended up not eating no shrimp. Because in the beginning there was a scene of a student worker got some shrimp from Eva's leftover meeting, which part was in that cooler. Everybody was eating off that, and I think that started the spread of the sickness. Anyway, Cecil and Perry White are meeting up for drinks and taking a break from all the monopoly that's going on campus. And Cecil gets a call, and apparently his cancer is in remission. So his whole goal right now, he got a new look on life, and his whole goal at the moment is to pay back old boy from that other university, and I guess win the battle. The students are still sick, and yeah, it's no food. There is no food. The vending machines are gone dry. The cafeteria is closed. And there is a student who got a makeshift like store in his room. So he's selling things like soup and ginger ale, and he's selling Dro and Kush and everything. So people, desperate times, drawing for desperate measures. But Eva is hoping that she will be able to, get some food catered. She's working on getting food catered out to the students because they're starving. Students are still sick. I mean, one of the students, he really dropped. He dropped to the floor and passed out and ended up had to be hospitalized. So this is really, truly not a good look. Said an old girl, I can't remember. I'm frozen at Melanie. I'm frozen from the girl, the rapper girl. They spent an episode pretty much beefing over music, and then she's gonna end up pretty much, going with Zed's music and idea, and they're gonna push this music further. That was really just their storyline. And then Bryson, he was sick as well. Even though he's sick, he is pretty much he's pledged to the fraternity, and you're gonna see that in next week episode. So he's sick, but he still gotta be getting a hold of clean sheets to help the other fraternity brothers that ended up sick, and says asking him what he's doing, and he's really not giving him an answer. But we all know that he's in the pleasure process, and we'll see more about that next week. Where are we at? So Sydney, earlier in the episode, Sydney told Madison that she was going on a date with a guy named Miles. And then Madison was pretty much saying, "Do you think it's too soon?" She said, "No, she needs to get back out here." So Sydney is on her date, and things are going well. It leads to them, kissing and touching, and Sydney is like giving him the go to move forward and possibly have sex. But while they're in the foreplay mode, she is having flashbacks of what happened, and it's just visions of Terrence just running through her head, and she stops at pause, then she goes back at it, then she stops at pause, and then dude, I appreciate dude not pressuring her or really getting frustrated with her. And he said, well, do you want to talk about it? And she said, no, I don't want nobody treating me like I'm the victim or feel sorry for Sid. But I do appreciate him, really not, pressing her to continue on and have sex. So they end up wrapping things up and just go home. Eva and the coach goes to the home of Terrence's parents. Their goal and mission is to pretty much try to ask them, can they extend the time in order for them to pay off the settlement. So Eva is talking to the mom. Mama keeps saying all she do is just be mourning all day and knitting and crocheting and whatnot. And they pretty much, Coach and Eva explained to them that, the refrigerator broke, food spoiled, and then because of that, it caused a lot of students on campus to be sick. They don't have no food, and that it cost $100,000 for them to fix. And they saying with that and the university financial state, they really can't afford to do both at this moment. And they was asking if it's possible if they can, hold out on getting the money for like 6 months. And then the dad, he was going to roll with it at one point because he was saying, is it possible that we can, designate an area or a monument or something in Terrence's honor on campus? And then the dad and Coach Hartwood was like, we really don't have that control. It's really up to the board. And then he said, maybe we'll think about it. And then the mom just come out of nowhere talking about did the girl apologize? And Eva like, what? She said, the girl who caused my baby to die, did she apologize? So she started yelling at Eva, saying that that girl killed my baby. She pulled the trigger. And Eva's like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. He committed suicide. And then Eva started she said, she said, you want an apology from my daughter who got raped? And she got very emotional and they just stormed out. And Eva's just like, what the is wrong with her? And she said she just feel like this settlement is haunting her. She can't move forward. It's really killing the university and hurting everything. So so Eva's just a mess right now. Junior ends up working up the nerve to go talk to Dr. Cardwell to retake the test. She said, okay, you can take the test. You can take it right now. I'm going to give you 2 hours to take it. And he was like, I can't do this. And then she said, I'm giving you an opportunity to retake it. You don't want to take it. She said, if I was given an opportunity, I'll come hell, hook or crook or whatever to find the book and try to take the test. And he said he didn't figure that she would tell him on the spot that he could take the test. He just figured she'll just tell him no and he'll just take the L. So she told him she will allow him to retake the test, but she's gonna give it when she's ready to do so. And she said in the meantime, she was him that she would suggest that he study. Nani is back. So the quarantine thing is off. Tanisha has discovered that nobody's coughing. Everybody that's, went back to their rooms and things seem, to normal. Because Bo John got sick too. And he was asking Tanisha why she won't take care of him or help him out. And Tanisha's like, I'm really trying not to get sick. So the quarantine is off. It goes back to Noni. Noni is back at Caesar Place. She's playing again. And she pretty much said she apologized. She really didn't mean to hurt him. She really just wanted to get back at Danny. And, she really want to play. She was telling him, I'm a hell of a musician and a saxophone player. And he said, you're a privileged girl. He said, you don't understand what consequences mean. He was like, you're a privileged girl that came from a privileged family and you don't know what it means to have consequences and all that type of stuff. So he pretty much told her he would think about it, and he told her to get up, and he walked off. Eva is still having these nightmares about Terrence chasing her, asking for the check. But in this time of the dream, she tries to fight back, but it's not working. And he's still yelling about the check. So she wakes up and Sydney pretty much tend to her, provide comfort to her and rock to her. So yeah, that's where we are at in terms of this episode. I think things are gonna pick up next week because it looks like we're gonna see more about Bryce and pledging and the underground world of hazing and fraternity life. And then yeah, we continue to see how Sydney is panning out. So pretty much, I guess they're working their way up to the suspense and all the drama. But that is it. That is all. Stay tuned for more videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget about my giveaway, in which I am giving away a gift card for dinner on me, as I have made my 1,000. I hit the 1,000 mark as subscriber. I'm actually a little bit over 1,000 right now. So as always, I appreciate you and I thank you for your continuous support. I can't talk. I'm really tired at the moment. It's bedtime. Continuous support. So stay tuned.